good.
Billy, you guys forced Rubio and Mitchell to take 40 of their 87 shots. A lot of them were off the dribble. What were the things that were working for you all defensively to kind of limit some of their options as playmakers?
Yeah, I mean, Mitchell, did have 27, and Rubio got into the teeth of our defense. So, there were times we did a good job. Where I thought we made them take some difficult shots. There was times they made some difficult shots, and then there was some times where I thought we had some breakdowns and probably overall needed to do a better job.
In terms of Carmelo's defense last night, it seemed like he was able to be disruptive with his hands. What did you notice from him?
Yeah, he did a good job. I thought during the course of the game, like I said after the game, just adjustment-wise, getting him in situations where he could communicate and get his length and his communication involved was really important.
Billy, how were you guys today in terms of what could Paul go and do?
We didn't. Paul and Corey and everybody went through everything that we went through today, but we really didn't do much physically. So I probably have a better feel after tomorrow's practice, because we actually have a day to kind of really go up and down a little bit and play and compete. So there wasn't a lot of contact today, or there was no contact today. So it's but he went through everything that we went through non-contact.
Is Steven okay?
Yeah, he's fine. Yep, he went through everything as well.
Billy, your bench played pretty well last night.
Yeah.
What'd you like about what they did? What you maybe want different from them moving forward?
Like I've always said about them, I think sometimes with them we can have situations where maybe we don't shoot the ball particularly well. But as long as they're defending, I think that's a disciplined group. They're connected. I think Ray does a great job of leading that group, communicating with them, getting them all on the same page. I think Jeremy and Patrick have complemented each other very, very well. And then having Paul in that group with Alex, they did a good job. And then certainly with the way Paul shot the ball last night, the second unit, played well. But they've done a good job all year long, and they're dependable, they're reliable, and they really work hard.
How does that change the calculus and what you can and can't do when they're playing pretty good for you?
Well, you try to let them stay in there. Normal rotation. If they're going a little bit, I'll try to extend their minutes and play them a little bit longer. If they've got a good rhythm and flow going, I think you have to do that. Jeremy, I thought had some opportunities in the first half, didn't convert on them, but in the second half, he played well, so we went a little bit longer with him because he was playing well.
Billy, I'd like you to talk about your free throw shooting last night. You missed one until 44 seconds remaining in the game, and in recent games, you've been fighting uphill because of missed free throws. What component did that allow the team to? The luxury of making those points and not having to make them up. And
yeah, I mean, you want to shoot your free throws, especially late game. When teams are fouling. I thought overall we did a good job from the free throw line. We didn't do great closing, so to speak. We're in here. We shot free throws again today. So we're doing that. Hopefully, it's something we can get better in.
In a game, is that mental? Because they're good shooters.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Free throw shot's always a little bit different than any of the shot on the floor. It's a lot of times when these guys are shooting, there's very little time to think about it. It's in rhythm. I don't want to say it's mental, but everybody's got a routine that they go through. But I feel confident when our guys go to the free throw line with the guys that we have.
Billy, you mentioned a few times after the game yesterday that you thought that there were things that you needed to improve on going into game two. What in particular were you referring to?
Well, we didn't do a great job getting back in transition. I think we had to do a better job with our transition defense. I thought there were some times where, on some of their threes, we gave up some long rebounds, some balls that we needed to kind of corral a little bit better. I think at times our pick and roll coverage was really, really good, and I think at times it was not great. There were times where I thought we, got beat off the dribble too much, where we need to contain the ball a little bit better. So I think all the way around, there's a lot of things that we can get better at. And like I said after the game, it's not to say that, all the things that we did were poor, but, I think playing against a really good Utah team that's a good team on both offense and defense, you're going to have to play at a high level. And I think sometimes when you make shots in this league, a lot of times things get masked and camouflaged of what the truth and the reality is. And, Paul got into a great rhythm, a great flow, and a great streak last night. I mean, he was phenomenal. But the thing I've tried to always talk to these guys about is the controllables. Like, what are the things that we have control over, and what are the things that we need to do at a higher level that we can control, and what are the standards, of those controllable things that we want to play to.
You guys were able to get a decent amount of shots off in which Gobert necessarily wasn't having an effect on that. Is that a good sign for the offense, or is that just a sign that you guys were putting up shots away from him and they just happen to look good?
We did a good job at times screening. You know, like again, Gobert does a great job of protecting the rim, and he does a great job of you know, altering and changing drives to the basket. But you know, I think anything on offense, you know, against any good defensive team, and Utah's a very good defensive team, you have to execute. That means you have to be sharp with your passing, you have to screen, you have to execute, you have to cut hard, timing of cuts, spacing, you know, all those things are major factors. And there was times that we did those things at a really high level in a very positive way, but we got to be more consistent with it.
Gobert is obviously like Gobert takes away a lot in terms of being able to post up. Obviously, he's going to be a difficult guy to post up against. You got some stuff with Steven in the pick and roll late. How important, just in terms of diversifying offenses, to get something around the rim even when he's
I mean, you want to be able to do that. I mean, I think every team in the NBA, you're going to have your, you know, pick and roll packages in the middle of the floor, pick and rolls on the side, your screening actions. Excuse me, post-up situations. I mean, you're going to have a different package and a variety of different things. I thought Russell did a good job of manipulating a few times where we had Jeremy for a lob, but just kind of was out of his reach. We got Steven on a couple rolls to the basket. So there was some things that we did a good job on that. And again, you know, Gobert's a hard guy because of his length and his size back there at the rim.
Steven did post up a couple times against him. Yeah, Steven did post up a couple of times against him. How important will it be going forward to demonstrate that you can do that?
Yeah, I mean, you know, Steven got the ball deep a couple times on post position. You know, a couple times, you know, Gobert, you know, altered the shot and affected the shot. You know, again, I think that, you know, Steven continues to get better, continues to progress, you know, catching the ball and playing from the low post. It's something I feel good about. But again, he's going against a very good defender. But I thought Steven did a lot of really good things around the basket for the game over the 48 minutes.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.